for the players first, and then go to coach. Raise your hand and give Mike to you.
Kailyn, for you, another really good game against Tennessee. Is it something about what they do defensively, or is it just a good matchup for you, or how would you just explain the two performances that you've had against Tennessee this season?
I could say that, they picked up the phone too late in the portal, so I was kind of upset about that. So, yeah, that's kind of where you get that fight from every time I play them.
I'm glad they were too late.
Mjracle, 36-6 off the bench. I mean, not just her play, but all of y'all's play off the bench today. Was there any sense or talk coming into the game that it has to be a whole game effort? You can't just let the starters do it, that y'all have to all contribute?
Yeah, so we all talked about, just all of us being able to step up in this moment. This is an important part of our season, and we all know Coach Mulkey already talked about it. We got to finish this stretch. And so everybody knows what they need to do, and we need to get it done.
KG, what has the last month or so been like for you as you tried to, get back into a rhythm and then help find your scoring touch off the bench?
It's been pretty tough. A lot of looking at film, late nights, just trying to get myself up out of this, and hopefully this is the start of something,
And she be in the gym late night working. She be in there.
Yeah.
Kailyn, do you feel like you have that momentum now that you had a performance that you did today? And just what's the depth of the bench like for you guys?
Yeah, Mjracle came out and was that spark defensively, offensively. So, yeah.
To both players, you've beaten them twice. You've beaten some ranked opponents. What does this mean to the team's confidence and, your resume?
I think it just gives us a boost up, even more confidence in what we got and what we playing and how we're playing. Just still keep working together and getting better.
Mjracle, what is it, do you think, that has allowed you to get on the court and stay on the court these last two games?
Coach Mulkey always emphasizes impact, what can you produce, what can you make happen on the court. So my first instinct is to make something happen.
Mjracle, just what has this season been like for you? You're getting to a point where you're playing more minutes, you're impacting more, like you said. Just what has this journey been like for you since you got here?
It's been fun figuring out how I'm supposed to fit in and how I'm supposed to find my groove within our system. And my teammates are always there uplifting me, encouraging me, pushing me. So yeah.
I know y'all are talking about the bench. Jada Richard was pretty damn good today. She gets 5 minutes and she scores 5 points. She stepped up there, made free throw, made her 2 baskets. It wasn't just KG and Mjracle. I thought Jersey got some rebounds. I saw there was something about everyone that came off that bench that did something good today. And I mean, it shows. It shows right here. You only won by what, 5? Jada doesn't hit those 5 points, might not win the ball game. So anyway, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure y'all mentioned Jada.
Got time for a couple more here with the players.
Mjracle, and then I guess KG, this is both your first year here. What has it been like to play in front of these home crowds and the atmospheres here that you have here at the PMAC?
The atmosphere is amazing. I've never seen nothing like it. Every game is sold out, and I'm just wow. Everybody's yelling, cheering up on their feet. It's an amazing atmosphere.
We had a big crowd, especially the fact that we have the Super Bowl here. So it just shows that, a lot of people love this team, and we love y'all. So.
I got one for the both of you as well. When when Flage and Anissa are in foul trouble, you guys are obviously on the court. You're in those huddles. You're in those timeouts with Kim and the staff. What are they stressing to you guys when two of the big three are in foul trouble and they're not able to be on the court with you guys? What's Coach stressing to you guys in those moments?
I think it's just really about making the smart play, like just knowing what we have to do and what we do and we need to accomplish out of it. So I think that's what's stressed mostly.
All right, thanks, girls.
Guys, see y'all Wednesday. Hey, KG, don't let Flage come out there. Tell her I'm gonna have extra work because of her shin. Tell her you're gonna call me.
All right, questions for Coach? Start with Jacques in the back.
Coach, 20 out of 22 from the free throw line. What did that mean down the stretch to make them and be so clutch there?
Both teams got to the foul line about the same amount, and we just made a few more than they did. Well, sure, I always say you can't lose games if you make all your free throws, and you got to get there, and we did get there. I thought we shot it from the three pretty darn good. We rebounded, won the rebounding battle. The difference in the game was 13 turnovers. We were not affected in the least by their press and their rotation of players. I can't remember ever turning it over where they came and ran and jumped and we turned it over. I think the turnovers just came pretty much in the half court. And maybe that is because at their place we got a lot of layups. We handled the press well when we were in Knoxville and got a lot of layups, and so I didn't feel like the press was a factor at all. So secondary deal was don't let them kill us on the offensive boards, and we battled in there. It went small a lot, and I just thought we battled. The three ball, which hurt us in Knoxville, didn't hurt us today. What hurt us today was they were just ducking their head and driving, and we made enough plays and kept them from getting in there when it mattered.
Kim, they obviously made a run to start the third quarter. Then Flage and Morrow have to go to the bench with 3 fouls for the second half of the third quarter, basically. I mean, what was the discussion like on the bench? I mean, you have to. I know as a coach, you want to stick to your guns and say, I got to hold them out to the fourth quarter. But it had to be tempting to put them back in. But your backups, as you said, they did a great job.
That might have been where the game was won, because when you take two of your 3 main players and they're sitting over there on the bench, you wonder how your bench and your players that you have on the floor are going to respond, and I thought they handled themselves beautifully. Do what you do. Be you. I don't ask Mjracle to be KG or KG to be Michaela. Do what you do for this team. And these two here with me today, man, they did some special stuff in the skills that they have. Mjracle just brings that energy, that defensive intensity. You better know where she is because she's going to go in there and get an offensive board. She's going to go in there and block a big shot. She's just active. And she makes everybody else play just a little bit faster, a little bit harder. And she hit some shots, just nail what you can nail. Don't go out there and be a three-point shooter, but she did hit one way out there on the baseline early. I think it's me being confident in what they were doing. You're supposed to sit by me when you pick up your third early. You're supposed to sit by me when you have your second foul in the first half. So I don't want them to, but if that happens, I think we are developing our bench enough, and I don't even like to use the word bench. We're developing those that aren't on the floor to be ready to go, and we don't miss a beat.
Have you ever in your career gone small for as often as you have had this season?
I don't know. Reed, that's a lot of basketball to be thinking about. I've always been blessed to have great post play. I've always had bigs. We have bigs, but we have a different type of team from an experience standpoint. And sometimes you're trying to win a ball game, you're going to go with experience a little bit, and that's why I go with the small lineup. I thought Samaya was excellent today. I thought she grew up. She got a deflection early in the game. She was altering shots. She didn't just get pushed and shoved around. She could have played probably in some of those minutes that I gave the small lineup, because I just thought she grew up today.
Coach Kailyn talked about it was rough when the shots aren't falling, went through that stretch. How do you see her working her way out of that, and how do you coach her way out of that?
I don't say a word. I was never a shooter. I was a scorer in high school. I was a distributor in college. So I don't change shots. I don't go and say this is why it's not going in. I'm not that kind of coach. What you do is you get in a gym, and she and Flage and McKay, they all stay in the gym on their own. I don't even know how many times at night they're up here. They just come in and put up shots. And you don't get too high and you don't get too low. She's an older player. She just worked her way out of it. And I have to sometimes, I don't have to, but I do. I listen to my coaches more than you think. I tell them, make suggestions. If you make 10 suggestions, I might listen to only one of them, but keep making a suggestion. And I give Gary Reedus credit because he kept telling me, go with KG. Go with KG. This is the style and the type of game where she can flourish. And so I give him credit for putting her back in after the first time I took her out.
We got time for one or two more in here.
What's the challenge of playing a team that substituted 121 times?
Fatigue.
I mean, defensive assignments don't get sometimes messed up? Or
No, actually, Bob Starkey's working hard over there. He is up, he is just screaming, he's hollering, and I'll look at him occasionally and say, do you need me to call a timeout? Does everybody know who they're guarding? And I thought he did a tremendous job today. But then that carries over to your leader on that floor. Everybody's got to make sure we got a new rotation in. We didn't allow the 3-ball in transition. We took away their transition threes that they got in Knoxville when we took that 18-point lead. We took all that away. But today it was more about the drive. They were driving a lot.
We'll finish with Scott.
Yeah, in past seasons here, you've urged people to tap the brakes at times about getting excited about where you are at that point in the season. But you're 25-1 for the second time in 3 years. You're now tied for first in the SEC. I know you got to go to Texas next Sunday, but where are you as a team? What kind of team do you think you have at this point?
Pretty good. One game away from perfect, right? We're a pretty good team, I think. Scott, I think what happens to me, sometimes we're in the moment, and I know we're good, but I just don't sit there and think about how good we are. Maybe 10 years from now, I'll sit back and go, that was a special team. This team has done a lot of things. I was just told first time in the history of the program that LSU has beaten Tennessee twice. They need to hear that. They need to hear that. How many games have we won where they were games like this? They were to the bitter end. And we've been able to figure out ways to do that. It's fun to win. It's fun to be in a position to make your people that love LSU proud. And I think the way we play the game is with intensity, with personality, and it's just a different culture here. It's just different. That's all I can tell you. And it's different in a great way.
All right, guys, thank you.
Uh-huh.
It's been 20 minutes looking y'all had a chance to sweep for the first time, and then you announced it.
Guys, Tennessee's going to be coming right in.
You wanted to look that up where they didn't know it? Scott, I busted your bubble.
You got to shout that out.